We are now going to discuss about prepackaged and labeling commodity. This has gained due relevance because of the recent changes in GST. We all know food items like rice, wheat, cereals, etc. are taxable only when put it in unit containers and sold with a brand name. Now this concept of put into unit containers and sold with brand name is done away with, and the new concept of pre-packaging and labeling has been put in place. Notification number 6 of 2022 dated 13/7/22 coming into force on 18/7/22 is clearly amended and replaced the words put in unit container and having a brand name with the words that of pre-packaged and labeled. Any commodity or any specified food article that are covered from chapter 1 to 21 which are specified there is now taxable at 5% when it is pre-packed and labeled. When it is pre-packed and labeled. What is the meaning of pre-packed and labeled? The notification 6 of 2022 clearly indicates and defines what is pre-packed and labeled. The notification defines pre-packed commodities that as that defined in 2L of the Legal Metrology Act 2009, where the package in which the commodity is pre-packed or a label is securely affixed thereto is required to bear the declaration as required under the Legal Metrology Act 2009. From this we infer two conditions. One is it should satisfy the pre-packaged condition of section 2L of Legal Metrology Act, and it should carry the declaration in it, in the package or in the label affixed to the package. It should contain the declaration as required to be given in the Legal Metrology Act. If these conditions are satisfied, then it becomes a pre-packaged and labeled commodity. The Legal Metrology Act standardizes the weights and measurement, regulates the trade relating to weights and measurements, and other declarations that are to be given in the packaged commodities. For example, if you see any biscuit packet or any packed food commodities, you contain a small column which says name of the manufacturer, place of manufacture, MRP, best before or expiry date. All these items are declared under this Act of Metrology Act. Okay, this kind of declaration, this kind of standardization of weights are managed and controlled through this act called Metrology Act. Section 2L of Legal Metrology Act defines prepackaged commodity as a commodity which without the purchaser being present is placed in a package of whatever nature, whether sealed or not, so that the product contained therein as a predetermined quantity. See, following are the conditions. There should be a commodity which is packed, and that commodity is packed without the presence of the buyer, without the presence of the purchaser, or without knowing who the purchaser is. Okay. Third condition is it could be sealed package or not a sealed package. Fourth condition is that it should contain a predetermined quantity, kgs. These are the definition for pre-packed commodity under section 2L of the Metrology Act 2009. Now, we now saw the definition of pre-packaged commodity. Now let us get into declaration. The declaration under Metrology Act is to be given only for those package which is up to 25 kg or 25 liters. The commodities which are packed, the weights of such commodity is within 25 kgs or within 25 liters, then the requirement to give that declaration is there in this act, and whereby the GST will be covered, GST will be levied on those commodities which are packed and the kgs are less than 25 or liters are less than 25. Where the kgs exceed 25 kg or where the liters exceed 25 liters, the concept of levy does not arise, GST levy does not arise because the declaration under Metrology Act is not required. The declaration under Metrology Act is not required. Rule 3A of Metrology Act says any quantity beyond 25 kg, any quantity beyond 25 liters, the declaration on that particular packaging is not required. Consequently, the basic condition of pre-packaging and declaration will not be met, and hence any quantity above 25 kg will not form part of your GST levy. Rule 26 of Legal Metrology Act exempts the following from giving the declaration. Item 1 is any packaging containing 10 grams or 10 milliliter or less. Item 2, any package of food items packed by a restaurant or hotel. Any food items packed by a restaurant or hotel does not require any declaration. And third item is any drug formulation. And fourth item is thread which is sold in coil to handloom weavers. All these four items does not require any declaration. Consequently, levy of GST would not be applicable. In the FAQ released by the department, that FAQ has covered substantial part of rules and declarations requirement under Metrology Act, and the FAQ clearly indicates those specified commodities where the quantity is less than 25 kg or 25 liters, then in that case specified goods are subject to GST levy. And where those are packed in quantities of more than 25 kgs, it is outside the purview of GST and GST would not be levied. This is clearly clarified in the FAQs released by the department. The next FAQ relates to multiple retail pack in single wholesale pack. For example, 1 liter of 10 packages in one single consolidated wholesale pack, where the wholesale pack will contain 10 liters consolidation, whereas inside each 1 liter will be there. That each 1 liter is generally will be sold in retail by the retailer. When he purchases as a bulk, he buys as a 10 liters. GST is leviable where the quantity is less than 25 liters or 25 kg. In this given example, when the consolidated box weight is 10 liters or 10 kg, it is within 25 liters or 25 kg, it is subject to GST levy. Whereas on the contrary, where the consolidated wholesale box carries more than 25 kg, then GST would not be leviable. The next FAQ relates to supply made to institutional consumers or industrial consumers. Legal Metrology Act under Rule 3C exempts industrial consumers or institutional consumers from providing declarations in the packaged commodities, whereby the requirement of having any declaration in the packaging commodity for the supply made to industrial consumers or institutional consumer does not arise. Hence, GST would not be leviable in case of supply made to institutional consumers or industrial consumers. Generally, these industrial consumers or institutional consumers would give a declaration that there is no further retail sale on the supply made to them. Thus, any supply made to institutional consumer or industrial consumer, irrespective of the volume, is outside the purview of GST. So GST is not leviable on these specified food articles or food items. Let that be 1 kg, 2 kg or 5 kg or 25 kg or 50 kg supply made to institutional consumers or industrial consumers are outside the purview of GST levy. Thus, by virtue of this notification, the concept of unit container and brand name is done away with. The new concept of pre-packaging, labeling and declaration under Metrology Act has come into place. The final inference is that 1. Those packed commodities which are packed within 20, where the package quantity is less than 25 kgs are subject to GST levy. 1. 2. Those specified commodities where the packaged quantity is more than 25 kg is outside the purview of GST. Item number 3. Where the quantity is even less than 25 kg and declaration is not required to be given under Metrology Act, Still, it is not covered under GST. And item number 4, in case of institutional supply or industrial supply, GST is not leviable irrespective of the volume or quantity of supply made to them. Hope the notification and the concept has been explained well in this video. If you like this video, please subscribe and like this channel.